Hey guys, this is Ash here from Network Studios and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm doing top 5 best storylines of Park Drive drama, what we have done so far in Park Drive. So this is a list of the top 5, so 5 is kind of the one I like the least, and then first is obviously the one I like the best. We've been doing like top 5 characters lately, so I would definitely, be interested to see how top 5 storylines go. So top 5 storylines can kind of consist of stuff what's happened in Park Drive, big stuff, small stuff, just stuff in Park Drive, what's happened, what I think, what I really liked that one. And you can also comment down below what you think your best storyline has been in Park Drive so far over the coming episodes. So we're going to jump straight into this one, and we're going to jump straight into the number 5. So coming in at number 5, we actually have Martin's garage tragedy. So Martin's garage tragedy unfortunately can only be shown by screenshots, as I had to delete clips for storage, and basically I had to delete the first episodes of Park Drive. So this was a very early storyline in Park Drive where two gypsy people got payback on Martin when his son Billy put a football through their caravan window. They hijacked the plumber's van and crashed it straight into the cafe, and they basically into the garage rather, and they basically made a damaging mess, causing Paul and another builder to come and fix the garage a couple of episodes later. It was just something small. It showed Martin's bad week, and that's why I put it at number 5. Coming in at number 4, we have Shadow and Mary's divorce / cheating storyline. So if you don't know this storyline, this was kind of a bit later on in Park Drive. It was sort of just after Christmas time, and Shadow and Mary were a married couple who lived in Oak Manor. They were very happy there, but Mary was a bit more of a kind of bouncy, sexy woman who liked to mix in with other lads and flirt with other lads, and she was actually cheating on Shadow, Jamie, with a person called Gary, and she basically popped Gary's V, and Gary came into the house one day and he accidentally shouted out that he wanted to do things with Mary, not realising that Shadow was in the house, and Shadow obviously got wind of what happened and found out that there was even more men involved of these like sexy flirting chats and stuff like that. He got wind of it, and he basically went ahead and took his actions into plan when he basically left Oakfield Manor. He ordered Mary to leave, giving her nowhere to live, and he basically made Mary an emotional wreck in Park Drive. She turned into a druggie and all sorts. So this is just a clip here from when Mary and Shadow actually divorced. They actually finally did a divorce quite a few episodes after they finally, got rid of each other, and decided to settle their differences by a divorce, and decided to just leave each other alone. And then they kind of went a little bit civil, but they never got it back to the way it was. So coming in at number 3, we actually have Martin's payback. So Martin's payback storyline was basically when Martin had got wind that Steve Woods had set his mum's, his foster mum's, Noreen, set her house on fire, and he got wind or had an idea that it was Martin. He wanted to get payback, so he teamed up with Marco Loco, who had just come out of prison after being in prison for 7 years for something he hadn't done, which Steve Woods had set him up for. So Steve Woods had set a fire back all them years ago when he was grieving for his brother and his dad in a car accident. He'd gone away to spend some time away and get his head around things. He made friends with a person called Marco who worked in a bar. He then set the bar on fire and then blamed it on Marco. Marco got the blame. The bar people thought it was Marco. The police thought it was Marco, and Marco got 7 years in jail for doing the fire when it was Steve Woods what did the fire. So he came back to Park Drive and teamed up with Martin. They both got payback by locking Steve Woods in the garage, setting it alight, and basically leaving him in there hoping that he would die. But it was all to be failed when the fire didn't spread that much and Steve actually survived. And Ryan, his cousin, actually came out there and actually got him out and saved him. But it wasn't long after then when Paul Johnson hit him with a stick over the head and ordered him to leave Park Drive. So it was a very, very good storyline. Coming in at number 2, we actually have the big episode 50. So episode 50 was where Steve Woods had actually just returned. He had been beaten up in the jail where he'd been held, and Ryan went to visit him, but at the same time decided to take his new SBSC truck for a ride. For the first time, he then came back at night time. He tried to ring Noreen to let her know that he's coming to the leaving do, and so she could have a look at him driving his new truck. And he did not see the signs for the roadworks. He swerved, almost hit Mary. She had to dive out the way. She fell through the drain pipe work. He then skidded, swerved for the vicar in his car and went into the front of the cafe. It caused a couple of deaths, some injured people, and it changed the way we see Park Drive today. It was a very, very good, interesting storyline. That's why I put it at number 2. It involved a few explosions, 2 buildings, the cafe, Paul's house being burnt to smithereens, and it basically wrecked Park Drive and the way we see it today. And finally, coming in at the number 1 spot, we have Noreen's house fire. So Steve Woods was grieving for his mum Shirley, who had died. He tried a number of times to kill himself. Martin and Noreen wanted to help, wanted him to go and see some counselling people, wanted him to get back on track, but Steve Woods just did not want to live life without Shirley. But he knew that Shirley had put a lot of work into their house where they were living. He didn't want to destroy that. He just wanted to end his life so he could be up in heaven with Shirley. So he decided to set Noreen's house on fire, not realising that there was actually people in the house. There was no one in when he went in there. Noreen had forgotten and left the back door open, but while he was up there and started the fire, Noreen actually came home to find that her front door and back door was open. She then found that Lisa was already in the house, and then Steve had realised after a while that he had actually done a lot more harm than damage. He actually killed Lisa, the house exploded, he injured Noreen, and it caused some other Park Drive characters to get mucky, smoky, as they had to go in there and save the people what were in the house fire. It caused a lot of dramatic drama, and not everybody around Park Drive is still happy with Steve Woods for what he has done, even all these episodes later. Park Drive characters such as Martin, Paul and Derek. Paul's getting a bit more friendly with him now, but they're still not the busy good friends like they used to be. They're getting a bit more, better, but there's still a lot of Park Drive characters here what are actually still not happy with him, do not like what he has done, and still hate him and want to kick his head in for doing that. So as you can see there, this is my number 1 storyline. I just love the way it was planned out. Steve Woods getting drunk, then setting the house on fire. I love the explosions, I love the acting from it. That's why I basically go ahead and put this at number 1. But like I say guys, you can comment down below, and thanks for watching.